if you want to hurry to trading without learning, you can only succeed for a short while. And the moment all your capitals goes into floating loss, you'll be so discouraged, you'll be so disappointed, you'll be so confused, and you will not be able to continue in the business. But if you know what you are doing, you can always go on and on and on, making part, prospect, bring in new people, build a team, and you continue to succeed and make progress all along. So I advise everyone, prioritize training, prioritize learning, and be skillful in this business before you can really settle down to do the business very well. Thank you, my coach. Thank you, everybody on the call.
So Mr. Emmanuel, let me tell you something. What advice would you tell, or let me ask you, would you like to go to Ponzi with what you know now as a trader? Even though you're practicing, would somebody come to you and tell you to come and do one scheme where you give somebody money to trade for you and your money will go out of your control? Will you even listen to the person?
I will not listen. In fact, that urge, that temptation comes every day. Other networkers keep approaching for this, for that. But with my experience in Royalq since January this year, I made up my mind. Anything that will require me sending my money to anybody or to any group or to any platform or to any master trader, I will not do it. It's a blessing to have your money with you and you are in full control of your money. Never in life will I ever join a Ponzi scheme. It can't happen again. Royalq has come to open my eyes, and I can never join a Ponzi scheme again.
Great. So with what you have learned now and with your results, as a trained trader, how much in a month do you think anybody that goes through proper training, how much in a month do you think they can make from trading with Royalq?
Anybody who go through this our training will be making a minimum of 40% to 100% every month. In fact, you are guaranteed of making above 50%, between 50 and 100% every month. And you'll be doing that with pleasure. You'll be doing that with fun. You won't even stress yourself. It's a very wonderful opportunity to be trained.
Exactly. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Ade. I appreciate your experience. By the way, Mr. Ade is not a small boy. He's a very advanced person. But his passion for trading is something that we really, really appreciate. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity.
So let me come to Prince Light. And let me ask Prince Light, please, Prince Light, you have been in this business for years. I remember when I will call webinar, sometimes only you will attend. So Prince Light, what advice do you have for somebody who just started? Somebody who is just starting Royalq. What advice do you have for them, for their success, for them to succeed for the long term? Are you somewhere you can talk?
Yes, I am here. Good evening, good evening, my leader. Let me start by thanking Leader Nam. Yes, like what you said, we have been in this business. This is the 4th year. There was a time when floating loss keep everybody on the ground, but I kept on learning. Learning has been my object. Learning has been my interest, because when you don't learn about something, you cannot make a meaningful progress about it. I told Nam that I remain in this Royalq forever, as far as I can live with it. And I will be, even if every other person drops, I will not drop. I will continue to learn at a point that I will become a professional in the use of this bot, because I discovered that this bot is very superb. The bot can give somebody a lifetime fortune. No matter what we pass through then and still passing through now, because in this part of the area we are having a cash crunch, problem of fund, how to mobilize fund. With what the exchange rate is going on today, People who live in a low income find it difficult to organize a meaningful income to fix into this trading. So, but still, the little we are, I am still on it. But on a very good day, I will share my holistic experience or how I started, what happened with me in money, what losses I have incurred, and the profit I have made, and how I organize money. Last time when my boat expired, I was very my high blood pressure rise because I look left, I couldn't see where to make up money to recharge my boat again. But the introduction of post trading brought me into life again. That very that's very learning that I learned and I practice it. I never knew that some part of my money was lying down there in waste for a very long time. So after I have applied that knowledge that I gained, I was able to scoop a large sum of money. And from it, I recharged my bot. Then the same proceed that I'm still using to stay myself on in the program and continue to learn. So it is true, I've not been able to key in into this superb lecture, superb training, say goodbye bye to floating lost. But I will be very soon be part of it and join others to give the testimony. The very first person who spoke have undergone the first badge. I've heard from the platform what the participants who participated in those programs, the experience, the testimony they give. I will be one of the testimonial who will testify some very soon because whatever it takes to get knowledge, it is not commensurate with what you will get at the end of it. Because knowledge is a foundation towards where you can build a fortune. Knowledge, financial knowledge, is never a waste. And no amount you spend in acquiring knowledge will be measured by the time you use that knowledge to make your life good. You will no longer remember that you spent some money to get the knowledge. So what I will advise the new people or new persons in this call is to remain tenacious. It is tenacity that kept me and then on this for the fourth year now. This is the fourth year before so many others. Some people like the person who introduced me to the Royalq, my direct upline is no longer doing Royalq. Recently, when we were discussing, there was one other program he introduced to me, say, make I should look into it. I look at it, I say, bros, leave this one. I remain in that Royalq you showed me 4 years ago, and you've left because Royalq kick you out in the second year. Because when he recharged his board the first year, he told me about it. I joined him. But in the second year, he ran out of funds. He couldn't recharge again. The money, I didn't know, he later sold off his coin in loss and used the balance and do another things. Today, he's no longer in Royalq. So, but I am here. So, my friends, bring out your mind to learn. And when you learn, you'll be able to have a solid foundation. Even the Bible said, a foundation built on a very solid stone will stand the test of time. You will stand in test of time in the financial changes of your life. Learning is key. Learning is key. I repeat again, learning is key because when you learn, you become the master of your act. Thank you. Bosun Nandi,
All right.
thank you so much.
All right, Prince Light, thank you
I am
very
here
much.
to ask you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I want to ask you a question, Mr. Prince Light. So there's somebody in our structure that took loan from to go and put in Ponzi $2,000, and now that the Ponzi has collapsed, he doesn't know how to pay back those he took loan from. What advice would you give to people that keep jumping up and down, falling these Ponzi minutes?
My advice to them is that they should know that if they continue to jump up and down, they continue to lose their money. Instead of taking loan as high as such figure of loan to put a Ponzi you don't know, why not take such loan, bring it to Royalq, where you can multiply that loan and be ready to pay back when the paying back time is due. Because you keep moving from one place to another, In 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, it collapses. You continue to lose your money. Money is very hard to earn these days. I don't know about you, but to me, it's very hard to earn. So when I earn my little money, I will use it judiciously and put it into where it can maximize, not where I will lose it completely. And in Royalq, my money is in my control. That is one good thing about it. My money is in my pocket. Like as I said before, I didn't know that I have money. I was cracking my head how to raise money to recharge my boat in the late part of September. But when the knowledge came, I tap into the knowledge. I discovered that I have over 200. I recovered over 200. Then I use 120 to take back my board for the next 1 year and continue with the balance. So stop moving about. Stop wasting your money. Stop putting yourself into problems. Instead, put yourself into what I would call a reasonable and profitable problem. Why I call it profitable is that when you borrow money from a bank or from anywhere and come to Royalq, it is profitable because you are sure of paying back when the paying back is due. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, and I appreciate your feedback. All right, so that's a lot of great advice for people here, and for anyone who is just joining the business, the voices are clear. So let me now come to Madam Adekoya. Tell me, what advice would you give to people who are struggling with the bots, wondering if it is worth committing long term to learning? What advice would you give to people who are starting out newly?
Thank you so much, Coach. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. I hope it's a nice Monday for all of us. I will start by saying with an analogy. I remember my first time handling a vehicle. I never knew how to drive. I've never been for driving lessons, and I just assumed that, oh, it's an automatic BMW, and I could just the gears does not need me to engage a clutch and a brake. I'll just either gas up or brake. So I stepped on the gas. I found out that my hands on the wheels were not balanced. When I meant to go straight, I was tilting right. When I meant to go right, I was tilting far into the right. Then I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to be gassing and braking at the same time. So eventually I messed up that gear and it was a packer. In fact, I wrote off the gear of that vehicle just under 1 hour of not knowing how to drive and handling a vehicle. In short, I took the vehicle out. Somebody else had to come and bring it home for me. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was thinking. Now, if you want to do Royalq, you want to handle a bot. One thing is this: even Elon Musk that is doing humanoids and is really getting to the advanced part of technology, is not asking you to get into an electric car without knowing how it operates. He's not asking you to buy a robot to man your office, to do your deliveries, to get around your factory without knowing how it is being used. How on earth do you buy into a robot and you don't think you should know how it works? Even those charts, those patterns, all of those numbers and figures and is it not what they explore? Is it not what the understanding? Somebody gives you a signal. Okay, fine. I know the promise sold to a lot of us was come on board. You get signals. Do you know that sometimes some guys even do signals out of hey, please send signals. My money is just hydro. My money is just hydro. I need to trade. I need to get this. I know how many times I've pressurized my upline. Like, give me signals. I've got 1K year hydro. And this guy gave me signals that we never ever receive any more signal till date. Sometimes, in fact, I have found some of his errors. I discovered what he did in the signal he dropped. He didn't even know much either. Somebody just gave me a signal based on a coin that was pumping, that was doing the all-time high. By the time I sat down and I checked by myself, even as a Jew-man, even as a freshman, I don't know anything. I just used my knowledge of, okay, this coin is ID. What's happening with this coin? I went into retrospect and I found out that this coin had not pumped since the time it was launched into the market. It was launched, it did a 400%, and that was it. It went ranging, and then it dipped and dipped and dipped so badly. And then it came up after a year. And you just dumped all of my own $700 into a coin that was just at the pack up of its pump, its occasional pump, its one in a year pump. So this coin pumped between February 15 and March 4, and it was like what I have learned in coaching this training now about two highs. He just did his last high, his last peak, and it was going to spiral down. That was when I put in my fund, and I didn't know anything about exit strategy. I didn't know anything about break of structure. I didn't know anything about price action. I didn't know anything about looking to your left and seeing what is happening. So I put in my money at the highest point, and it went down and down. And Coach Namdi will say you start praying. You start saying, God, I beg, I will not do this mistake again. God, just no, 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 no. That doesn't work with markets. Billionaires, humans, they are in charge of the entire system. It's just like being a peasant in a real big farmland, and you're there thinking your hopes will work. Okay, fine. When I put my money into that coin, I made like $50 under 1 hour. I was blown off. I made another $45. I was thrown away. I was like, man, this is jackpot. This is hope. This is retirement. I am young, but I'm going to retire young, and I don't even have to work the rest of my life until he held my money. And just like Mr. Priestley just said, he said he didn't even know he could withdraw that money. Imagine if I knew I could get back my money by pausing that trade earlier back then. You know how far I would have gone with that money. That money is sitting there, it's close to a year now, it's far gone, it's far depreciated. By the time I posted it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. So you have to think about it. How do you get to drive a vehicle without learning how it operates? How do you operate a robot? There are even if you want to sign up for jackpot like a lottery or whatever, they will tell you terms and conditions apply. They will tell you some of the things like you do things at your own risk. You should try and understand. Even these days, when you hear advices, they will tell you it's not a financial advice. You do your research, you do your findings, you do your knowing, you do your getting to know things. So you should try as much as possible. In fact, it's not an appeal. It's not as much as possible, because if you don't know, like my lecturer used to say back in school, that what you don't know is above you. What you don't know, you don't know. So, and it's not rocket science. The information is all over the place. If you sit through trainings, I should really be grateful to the guys who dish this knowledge to us. Since I have been on this course, I have found out that it takes a lot of it takes a lot of being kind, being loving, being human, being on an assignment that is just like an angel's assignment to try and bring people out of their misery. It is a deep one that somebody is now out there. Some guys are now out there. They are organizing free Zoom meetings. Some of these things, you will see master classes, you will see seminars, just 2 hours. Come and pay $500. Just kiniko hours. They will take you to Oriental Hotel. They will take you to Abuja Hotel or whatever it is. They will sit you down. They will just crap up your head. You pay money, and you don't even know what you came out with. and you have people who are teaching you for free. You have coaching calls over and over again. You can access them. I was in one Zoom meeting, and one madam, I really felt for her. This guy just came up and he was like, I am tired, I'm frustrated, I feel like a loser. I put in my money and the money is not bringing anything again. I'm done, I want to go. And Coach Nnamdi was like, okay, who is your upline? Then the guy said, one madam. Can't remember the name now. I'm so sorry. And by the time the madam was talking, I felt like really, really, this madam said this guy will call him in the night, will call her in the night. He would take trades without obeying instruction. He would go in late to some trades. And she will even tell him, look, don't worry, you are still within range, you are still within your dips. Don't worry, this coin will sell this and this and that. Very inconvenient just so that you can make money. Like seriously, how much of your profit is coming to me as your upline that is worth this stress? And by the time this guy was to go, coach was like, don't worry, oh, Mr. Blah, blah, blah. Your downline too will do it for you. It's just like it's a prayer and a prayer together. But that's the fact. You should understand things. You should get to soak in the knowledge. You should really, if you're putting your money into this thing, like even your employer will expect you to come with a skill set. Employers will ask for a few years of doing that same thing as an advantage. It's rare that an employer is employing you and you're just coming fresh, you're coming untouched, you're coming as you are. It is rare that they want to train you on the job, except it's a graduate entry or something, and they can't pay you for a graduate entry. So if you're putting your money into something, how about allowing yourself to know these things? And the knowledge is free, is available, is there. So know your boss, know your robot, know your robot. When you know your robot will really spin it out for you. Like coach said, it's about you, the market, and the bot. And the other two guys don't know you. They don't care about you. You're supposed to be the one chasing after them. So go after them. And by the time you know this thing, it's gonna be like easy peasy. It's gonna just be lemon squeezy. You would have it at your fingertips. I remember when I was to take my first few trades after the training. Sometimes I'm so nervous. Sometimes I don't even know what to do. My head is spinning. But these days I easily pick my analysis. I mean, I just know what to look for. I know what principles to work with. I know what strategies to go by. I know a bunch of things, and I'm feeling fly. I'm feeling big. Like if this is me, I wonder what more is coming. So it's disheartening if you don't try to know your board. And yes, we're entering the bull season. It's so funny that this bull is feeling like a futures bull instead of a sport bull to me, because I don't even know what is up with Bitcoin and everything. So it sounds intelligent when you can even talk like a pro, when you can understand the dynamics, when you can see the tide coming and you know when to dodge it, when to go for it. It feels so great, and it's a wide one, it's a big one, it's unexplored. It's like what the world is doing right now. So is it not great that you're just in while the world is in it? And there is a big and vast thing to explore in this whole thing. These days, the skills are learn cybersecurity, go for know how to do some analytics, know how to write software and develop things. But the one that will give you money straight up, instanta, is usually cryptocurrency. So can it be so hard to just settle down and learn this thing and know it? I really implore everyone, if you're hearing this at some point in time, try to get the training. And it's I promise you, it's just you will be surprised that there's no big deal after all. I've seen grandmas soak up this knowledge, and I'm wondering, how did you people know this thing? I've seen elderly men soak up this knowledge, and they're doing quite good. And I've seen young guys. Like the other day, somebody said he did 30 signals in 2 days. I was thrown away, like, oh really? So that means you can set 30 trades in 2 days. Imagine all the money coming in from that. Thank you, coach.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your comments and your great advice. We're going to come to Mr. Shea in a moment, but I want us to look at some coins. Once again, I'm assuming that we are all members, or any prospects who is here can also enjoy this. So these are some top gainer coins. Alpha is the current top gainer coin. Look at what Alpha has done. X, A, B, C, D. All right. So remember, Mr. Shay, can you remember this that we discussed the other day in the training? X, A, B, C, D, and it fired up.
Yes. Yes.
So let's just say this is X again. X, A, B, C, D. And it doesn't have to be 100% of the time, but it's just trying to tell you, okay, let's imagine that this is X. X, A, B, C, D. And it dipped. All right? So let's say this is X again. X, A, B, C, D. It dipped again. Can you see that in the same channel, we're having a repeat of the pattern again and again. All right? Again and again. All right? I know some people are confused about this. X, A, B, C, sorry. X, A, B, C, D. And what's going to happen? Whatever happened between X and A will happen. All right? Then if you decide that this is another X, A, B, C, D, and then again. All right? So let's now take it the other way. If this is X, X, A, B, C, D. At D, whatever happened between X and A would happen. So I need us to understand that there's a secret to the algorithm of the market. But how can I teach you all these things? You have two options. You can either keep checking YouTube, learning the hard way, and spending 10 years making mistakes. All right? Yeah, it can work for you like that. Or you go to a trusted source and learn. And I can assure you, you'll get more information than you will get much more information. And it doesn't matter if you're a novice, you become a guru within 3 weeks to 1 month of training. So once again, I'm not here to say, come to me for training, but whoever you want to go get trained with, go get trained with them. Royalq is an extremely powerful system that can be a blessing to you and your family. But you need to understand yourself. You need to understand the bot. You need to understand the market. You need to give time to learning. Understand the top gainer strategy. So let me add the top gainer strategy here. The Bollinger Band. All right. Let me add the top gainer strategy. When it touches the middle band, the lower band, and KDJ is pointing up, you go up. When it touches the lower band, KDJ is going up, you go up. When it touches the middle band, KDJ points up, you go up. But those who go to training know that this is a good point to enter. This is another good point to enter. There are so many other additional things you can get. But please, remember the Bollinger Band and the KDJ. Unfortunately, this is a free account and I cannot show you. Okay, let me do something, all right? Let me do something here, exactly. So let me just add the KDJ here. Let me hope it's gonna just, I am altcoin, yeah? Excellent. Excellent. Oh, did I hide the Bollinger Band or what? Okay, yeah, so let's hide the smart money concept and open the Bollinger Band. All right. So you need you need tenacity in training. All right. So look at it. KDJ pointed up money. All right. KDJ pointed up here, money delivered. All right. So, but there's much more to these things. All right. There's much more to these things. And you can see this channel is being obeyed. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't hands up. Don't give up. Avoid Ponzi. Avoid Ponzi by all means. Avoid it And I know why people go for these Ponzi schemes, but Royalq can generate money for you. Let me give you an example. If you had seen Alpha and you've done a little bit of the training, okay, I don't know why this is taking so much time. If you have done a little bit of the training, you would have known that you could enter here. You could enter here. You could enter here. And you can enter here. So how much is that in all? So let's just say you entered here and you took 10%. Then you entered here again, took another 10%, 20%. And that was from 21st of October. That was just today, 20% of your capital. Okay? 20% could have been given to you right here, right here. Super easy. All right? 20%. And if you were taking 5% each, then you would have had an amazing opportunity to get out of here, get 5% from there, come here, take another 5% or 10%. And just imagine, that would have been 25%. So this is what I'm telling you. You need to be ready to learn how to trade. And you would have been able to predict this market, all right? Super easy. With here being X, with here being A, with here being B, with here being C, with here being D, and a good prediction for the pump. And then you could have repeated it again by saying that here is now X, here is now A. So here is now B, here is now C, and here is now D. Repeat. All right? So this is why we say pay attention to training, pay attention to knowledge. Don't fold your arms. The Royalq we want to build now, going forward, is a system of skilled traders. We're not interested in people who just come in, network marketers just come in, gather themselves, gather the crowd, dance, and disappear. We want people who believe in training, who believe in trading. Yeah, Gosimba, please, you can go ahead and ask your questions. Your hands are up.
Thank you, sir. Sir, please, I want to confirm something about this training. What time does it actually start, and how many times in a week, and what's the duration as well?
You mean the
training? Your training, sir. The paid training.
Oh, no. So the paid training is something. This next batch is going to start end of this month, 27th. I will do the pre-training call on 27th.
Okay, sir.
And the trainings are already recorded. The coaching calls will be recorded. And most of the times within the week, I do this around 7:30 in the evenings. All right. And so I make it flexible. That sometimes I do 1 a.m. because of those who are in Canada, United States, and all that, just to make sure I carry them along. And if you miss a couple of sessions, as long as you watch the videos, you will catch up, because in a week, I can do several trainings about the same thing. So most people don't understand how strenuous it is. So even till today, I still keep talking about the very first 1 or 2 chapters. I keep repeating it. So I repeat the concepts again and again. And the reason I use that model, even if it is very stressful for me, is I just want everybody to hear it a lot of times. By the time you hear it a lot of times, it will sink in. And even when you think you know it, you now realize, oh, I don't know it. And then it will sink in. I hope I've answered your questions.
Yes, sir. But I have a personal request. The request is that I'm never home till probably like 9 p.m. So that 7:30 may not work for me. And yes, I will actually prefer a live class than probably going through recorded classes. So in case I have a challenge or I'm a bit unclear about a particular explanation, I prefer to like confirm right there in the class.
Yeah, sure. So it's all about what the team wants. So if you're part of the training, then your voice can be heard, and then we can pay attention to all the needs of everybody. You understand? And I always, so look at what happened. I have somebody, a pastor who's in batch one, and he didn't even have time for anything. It was this week that he finally told me, I've watched these videos, I need a session with you. And I opened the session up to every member, and we held it at the time convenient for him. So the main thing is just to get started, watch the videos, and whatever else that needs to happen will happen. I can't fold my arms and allow somebody who is willing to learn not to learn. If I could hold a session by 1 a.m., is it somebody that wants 9:30 p.m.? That will be a problem for me. So that one is not even a problem. All right. That is not even a problem at all. I tailor the timing of my events to the needs of the participants of the training. You can be sure of that. All right. So, like I said, my goal is to create a Royalq that has seasoned traders. And trust me, seasoned traders will never fall for Ponzi schemes. So, Mr. Shea, just
Sorry,
share.
sir. Sorry, sir.
Mhm.
How long is the training, please?
You mean every session we hold?
Yes. Yes, the duration in all. Total duration for the
So
training, paid training.
every session I hold, it doesn't depend on me. It depends on the class. Me, I can talk for 6 hours about Royalq and about trading. My own interest is that it enters your head. But most times people tell me that, oh, that once it's over 1.5 hours, some of their head can't take it again. All right. So it's actually people that make it stay beyond an hour because they keep asking me questions. And as long as people are asking me questions, I cannot stop responding to the questions. All right. For example, like we're having this session now, the questions you're asking me I'm attending to them. Right. So each day, sometimes just keep your mind on an hour and a half. But if people are asking me a lot of questions, it could take 2 hours or more. And then what I do is I tell them, all right, let's go think about it, review what we've learned, and then 1 or 2 days later, we'll hold another session. We hold several sessions in a week. Several sessions. I don't know. I will let Mr. Shea talk to the number of sessions we hold and why you can never lag behind. But in all, you might have as much as 10 hours coaching call in a week. All right. And it's
Okay,
a
sir.
2 to 3 week intensive training. It's a 2 to 3 week intensive training. That means this training is not a 1 month training. It's actually a 6 month training, right? 6 month coaching call. But I need to get you aggressively to a trader in the first 3 weeks. All right. And this batch 3, I want to be very slow with them. I want to be very, very gentle with them. So we're going to take it slowly. So let me just say that within a month, we'll conquer trading view, we'll conquer anything we need to conquer. We'll get to a point where by end of November, they know everything that they need to start making 40 to 50 to 60% every month. All right. And then I can begin to introduce new things. So the thing about trading is that there are various things that people are looking at. And you need to have an idea of those various things so that you can see what people want to do. If you just focus on only one thing, people are doing so many things. They're looking at so many algorithms. So you need to look at, they're looking at so many different parts of the algorithm. You need to understand what are people looking at and then see how your trading method or strategy can align to it. All right. So I'm not saying you must do the training with me once again. I mean, I have people in my structure that told me they are doing Forex trading with somebody else. Yeah. But here's what I have to say at the end of the day. Most people that have done training outside, when they come to mine, they just realize that they wasted their money somewhere else. Because I am so determined and adamant on your success. Because we are building a powerful retirement plan for you and the entire Royalq community. All right. So I hope I've answered your question.
Very well, sir. But one more last question, sir. Just this one. Into next year, how early will you conduct another batch of training?
Honestly, I really don't know. It's pretty much stressful. I want to rest a little bit. I don't know. I really don't. I can't say for now. I actually wanted to stop all group training, and I wanted to be doing one-on-one. But the one-on-one will be more expensive. It will cost $500. That will be self-paced. But I don't think it's actually going to be cost-effective for many people in Royalq. So somebody told me to next year before I can determine what that will be. So this batch 3 is my final batch. For this year, and I might wake up next year, January, and say I'm not doing any group training anymore. I don't know what I would do. All right. But I always am committed to the groups, the Royalq community sources. So just keep going with the free trainings that you have. All right. Watch the TGS strategy. Watch War on the 1 Minute. Watch all the videos in in the channel. All right. Develop your skills with those. You'll make a lot of money even with those free trainings. A lot of money. All right. The challenge is when you make money like crazy for 1 week, and then the next 2-3 weeks you are in a floating loss. It can be very devastating. So that is why we'll try to give people proper training to prevent all that. Is all your questions answered now?
Yes, sir, you have. Because you know why I'm like looking into next year, sir. Sorry. Right now is this period is always hectic for us in the office. So I might not really be chanced, but I know that once it's January till far into the year, it's going to be
No
easy
problem.
for me.
That's it. That's fine. I don't know what next year will hold. I mean,
Mm,
next year then. No problem. But I'm always saying what is happening with the batch for this year. So take your time. There's no pressure on anybody. There's actually no pressure on you to be part of this
sure,
batch or any future batch. You
sure,
know,
sir.
even the free trainings are good enough. I'm just trying to make sure that we don't have, so there's a high extrusion rate. People come in and within 2 months, I'm not seeing what I expect. Then they jump to the next ones, they lose their money. So I'm trying to help people to understand that you need to pay attention to training. And there's a way you train yourself, just 1 month training. When you train yourself for that 1 month, you will never, ever want to do Ponzi again. Because you'll be seeing that you can generate 40-50% on your own. So why the hell do you want a Ponzi scheme that will tell you can make 100% in a month and then scam you? Meanwhile, there's a way you're going to trade. There's a way the market will be. You can even make 200% in a month. All right. So, I mean, I want to give people the best path to success. All right. So, Mr. Shea, you can round up the meeting. Tell us your advice for people who are coming into Royalq newly, and also tell us why it's important to build the business. Or, why we want to grow a team of builders. And then you can close the meeting from there.
Thank you, sir, for the explanations.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Coach Nnamdi. Thank you so much. I can't stop thanking you, and I can't stop appreciating you. I remember 2023, ending of 2023, when I told you I was really fed up and tired of all this online something, this Ponzi that I was doing. And of course, Royalq also, the floating laws actually threatened me so much. And you told me that what is needed is knowledge, that we need training. We need to understand the way it works, that as soon as we're able to go through that definitely then it's going to be another story, a good one, a good song entirely. Thank you. And I will advise everyone coming into Royalq, because you have mentioned something and other leaders have also spoken, that anyone coming into Royalq at first will be happy because most time they will tell them just get in, the bot to do this, the bot to do that, the bot to do wonders. The bot is so powerful. That's the simple truth. It's so powerful, but without knowledge, without training of how things are being done rightly, it leads to frustration, because the floating loss will frustrate the person out, even if it's happy initially. And the training you actually came up with, at the end of all day, I just said, thank God, finally, at least the training came. With this training, I can guarantee anyone that if you took the training, go through it and understand it, all right? You will comfortably sit in your house anywhere you want to be, and you'll be minting the dollars steadily. Floating loss is no longer an issue for you. You will know exactly when to enter and when to get out. Unlike when we're doing it, when I was doing it then. I mean, the thing is just going up, just like Madam Adekoya said. the saying is pumping. I say, wow, I'm making money. I keep jumping. At the end of the whole day, I mean, it gets into floating loss. This is it. Wisdom is needed. All right. Knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, all these are needed. Knowledge to know, understanding, know the way that thing is done. Then wisdom, you are now applying it. That's what most of us in batch 1, and yeah, some people already in batch 2 already, we're applying this thing and we're getting results. Anyone coming on board to join the Royalq that does not make up his mind to get trained, I tell you, the person is joking. I have to say this, and I've made up my mind. Anyone coming on board, joining me as a team partner to get into Royalq, all right, opportunity, the person needs to go through the training, or else I'll tell the person point blank, it's going to be frustrating. It might be good at the beginning, but as you go on, floating loss is guaranteed. Without knowledge, floating loss is guaranteed, but with knowledge, you will scale through. You know what to do. I'm not surprised, Mr. Emmanuel. Anyway, we're all in batch 1. Virtually, almost every one of us that spoke were in batch 1s, and so we've seen it. And I've seen the way I trade is different from the way I used to. Even as the meeting is going on, there's a trade I'm watching on. I'm just waiting for it to get to the right place, and I step in confidently. And I'm sure of one thing, it's going to give me my profits. So please, if you are here, or if you are here, not just, maybe you just want to join. If you are here, you're new, or even if you are old here and you've not gone through the training, please, you need to. Please, you need to. And when you have this training, I tell you, point blank, even if somebody is trying to introduce you to Ponzi, you will not argue with the person. You will not be angry with the person. Do you know why? Because you now have light, you have knowledge. You'll be able to tell the person, hey, this is what works for me. Confidently now, I mean, a guy he so much used every strategy. Mr. Sheye, this and that. He said I should help him to buy USDT of almost $2,000. I bought it. I sent it to him. He said he didn't even ask what I want to use it for. So, oh, sorry, what do you want to use it for? He now told me about a trading platform, this and that, after going through the whole thing. And I'll say, well, let me just guide you and advise you that what you're talking about, it's a Ponzi. It's going to die down. It's just a matter of time. When he heard that, he said, no, people are making money. I said, there's nothing about making money. They are not doing anything. Do you know how to trade? He said, that system trades for them. I just laughed. I said, oh boy, of course, I'm sure he has a lot of people that he's bringing in. So that makes him happy. He's making the money. But listen, those people are really going to cry at the end of the whole day. And so I told him all that. I said, okay, that the thing is, it will open an account on my behalf. It will fund it. I said, no problem. You know my name now. Go ahead. You have the money to waste. So I don't argue with them any longer. Before I used to argue with them because I'll try to tell them it's not good, this and that, is Royalq. But I remember floating loss in Royalq. But now all those are forgotten issues. When I trade confidently from the comfort of my room with ease. I make my profits. I smile and I go on. So please, let's shun Ponzi. It's because we don't have that knowledge. That's where we're giving in to those Ponzi guys. But when you have the trading knowledge, the knowledge to take a trade, and you are sure, you know what is going to happen. So you go in conveniently and you come out while other people are still risking it, just jumping. It's going up, let me jump in. I beg. Let's be smarter and let's be wiser. And of course, when we talk about team building, when you have this knowledge, when you have this skill, when you go for the paid training, let me not lie to you. I've done training of $500. I've done something a bit cheaper. But see, if you don't have this knowledge, you can't conveniently bring people in. At times you'll be telling someone to come in, but you know you're in floating loss. I say, okay, fine. And one day I will come out. Maybe if he comes in, I do this and that, it will be better. No. But when you know that you can trade successfully, that's going to be the easiest way for you to bring in someone. It's confidence. You speak to the person confidently and it will see it in you and you will get that result. That's the strategy I've made up my mind to come in with now. If you're coming on board, please, you need to get this training. It's going to help you and it's going to give you peace of mind. Except you're not tired of all this running up and down. For me, I'm tired. I've signed. And so nobody can come and start telling me about all stupid Ponzi now. With what I have, the knowledge I added to what I know already. Nobody, you're wasting your time speaking to me. And I know for all the other leaders here also that have spoken, that's the same thing. So please, this knowledge that we have acquired, that for those who have not acquired it, I tell you, it's the best thing for you to do. If you want to change the whole story about your Royalq opportunity, all right, and start earning steadily and avoiding floating loss, this is something you need to do. And when you do it, you'll be bold to bring in people. You'll be bold to share the opportunity of Royalq with people. That's so much. Of course, a lot have been said by other leaders. So I want to encourage everyone, every one of us. I want to encourage us that we're here and we don't have that knowledge of trading. Let's strive to be part of it. It's going to make a difference. It's going to make a difference. I tell you, I can't stop trading. I just can't, because I see it is a very great opportunity for me to generate income from the comfort of my room. I'm trading right now. All right. So I'm just watching a particular trade. I'm about going in. As soon as it gets to the target I'm expecting, I go in, take my $2, 5%, 2%, 5%. And if I watch it over, I can go back in again. And as soon as I've taken what I plan to have, I'm good to go. So please, this is why I encourage for everyone. Don't sleep on this. Don't sleep on this, or else if you're coming now and you're enjoying it and making a profit because it's pumping, the floating loss will soon catch up with the personal. That's the truth. All right. I appreciate everyone. Coach Nandi, God bless you for this, for bringing this up. I can't stop thanking you. I'm just grateful. At least since we spoke in 2023 about my issue, the online, I said it's knowledge that will set me apart. That is knowledge. Just go for it. And thank God I did. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful. I appreciate everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir, thank you very much for your time. So remember where we are going, everybody. Remember, we want you to be somebody who will have a family that can go on holidays whenever you want to. Imagine the lifestyle of deciding, hey, I want to take my kids to Bora Bora. I want to go to Honolulu. I want to go see the mighty waterfalls between Canada and the United States. I want to go see the huge trees, those trees that are as big as, 2 or 3 compounds together. Those trees that are, when you stand in front of them, just look like an ant. All right. I want to see, interesting locations. There's a lot in the world to see. All right. You can decide today to change your financial story. It takes some work. I tell you, it takes some work. I don't know where you are today, but I tell you, if you master the art of trading and you share the opportunity with people, within a year, you might be surprised that if you decide and go all out, right? Within a year, you might be surprised that after working hard for 1 year or a year and a half, you just realize that you're making 1.5, 2 million naira, talking for those naira for every single month. All right. Just because you learned how to, trade, and then you use that skill to expand the growth of your team, then you help people out of poverty. You help people out of poverty. You show them how to navigate and escape the grip of this chaos, economic chaos that's looming around everybody. When you do that, you will experience a cash flow that is going to wow you. Begin now to plan how your 2025 will be. Begin now to learn the skills that will spiral you to success. This system is enough. Royalq is enough. The only thing that is a weak link is you. Are you going to be nonchalant about learning? Are you going to be so lazy? You don't want to learn. You want to sleep and let the money keep growing automatically? Well, that is possible if you have $30,000 or more, right? You can set autopilot trades that will always be dancing in and out, but you will not even be maximizing the bot. So what about if you just learn a skill that you could use and generate 40, 50, 60% every single month guaranteed, without having floating loss that's going to tie you down for weeks or months? That is the skill we're here to offer you, right? So for anybody watching this video in the replay, and any prospect that's here right now, please focus on learning. We live in a skill-based economy. It's not about your certificate, it's about your certificate. What do you know? What skill do you have? All right? Skills that this is the easiest skill that you can learn. This is the skill that when you learn it, you don't have to go spend millions opening a shop. You can sit down right there in your house, make your home your office. So when you pay, if you pay rent, if you're still in a rented apartment, when you pay the rent, you tell yourself, I'm paying rent for both my office and my home. All right? You just make a small place where you sit down to trade. You put your table there, put your screen. The TV screen becomes, for price monitoring. And I tell you, when you put your soul into Royalq will look at you and say, you believe in me. Now, I want to show you what I can bless you with. And then you see cash flow in your life that makes your family smile, like the picture we showed you at the beginning of the presentation. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a pleasant night rest. We'll see you again on Wednesday with another presentation. We hope that you're going to find time to be here, because we want to open your eyes to what is possible. Remember the 3 gifts. I'm going to end this meeting by reminding everybody of the 3 gifts that God gave to us. Your ability to think and imagine. What are you thinking? What are you imagining? Are you only used to negative imagination, which is anxiety? Why don't you stop the anxiety for once and just think positively? What if these good things start happening to me? When you sleep and dance in negative imagination for a while, just change. And right, so you have the ability to think and imagine. It's the gift that you have. Use it positively. Then you have your ability to change your idea of what you think is possible. Oh, maybe you have never made $30,000 online. Maybe you have never made $50,000 online. Maybe you have never made $100,000 online. So why don't you begin to change your imagination? Say, I've never made any money online. Is it possible that maybe if I start listening to these people, I can start making money online? Change your idea of what you think is possible. Then, of course, the third gift. Remember that your thoughts affect your life and your environment. Anything you keep thinking about every time and it dominates your thinking, you are calling that thing into your life. So if all you do out of 24 hours, you spend 6 hours sleeping, the remaining 18 hours, you spend 14 hours worrying about your country's economy, talking about politics, arguing, that's negativity. You're spending time. You're calling it more into your life. So you need to stop listening to the news. Focus on what miracle you can create. Listen, you're a miracle worker. You are a miracle worker. You are a creator. You have the power to create and change the destiny of your financial flow. Start today. Avoid all sorts of negativity. Don't listen to the news. Write down what you want to achieve in Royalq. Write it down 100 times in one sitting. Let me challenge you. Write down on a paper how much you want to make in Royalq in 1 year's time. Yes, go and write down how much you want to make between now and the end of December 2025. Cumulative income. Then sit down and write it 100 times. I'm really excited and grateful that I have now made $100,000 from my Royalq business within 12 months. I'm so pleased because it was actually easy to achieve this. My life feels complete and I am so successful. Yes, yes, yes. Write that 100 times and you will see that your destination in 2025 will be different from your destination right now. Thank you very much, and good night, everyone.
Good night.